Welcome to Raptoreum Weekly. This is Binarai. Let's get this rolling. Just about another 10 minutes now, we'll get started. Hey Sherm, I think this was one of yours. This slide was one of yours, although I did animate it. Yeah, it's a cool one.
来烫我。
Hello, community. I apologize about this janky setup currently. I'm down to 2 monitors because I've killed 4 of them with the heat somehow. So just setting up the additional one. I didn't think that it would affect it, but obviously it did. Anyway, okay, there we go. That's a bit better. Hello, my name is Paul Mills. I'm incredibly sweaty right now. I'm absolutely melting in here. To my right, we have...
When you're hot, you're hot. What can I say?
To my right, we have Hunter Schultz, who is the... what are you? Strategic Director? Oh, yeah, I did get myself a John Smith as well.
I got myself a Stinger, baby.
Do you get these over there? Do you get those?
No, I don't know. I have to look.
Yeah.
There are several really good international stores that you know, because of the canal, we get shipments from all over the world.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, you know, I'll have to go into Felipe Mota is the name of one of the big stores here, the liquor stores. And surprisingly, one of my local grocery supermarkets has got this gigantic liquor section. I mean, at the wharfs, the frozen food section, it's like, what the, anyway, profit motive, I guess. But yeah, so cheers.
Okay, I've got the windows open, I've got the door open, so I might need to be a little bit more quieter than usual because everyone's got the windows open all around. Yeah, that's why I didn't do too many announcements on the introduction. All right, okay. Yeah, I've done the introductions. What do I need to say? Oh, yes, we are on X. That's at Raptoreum. We're on Instagram at Raptoreum. We're on Threads at Raptoreum. We're also on YouTube right here. That's at Official Raptoreum. And after the stream, I'm going to be giving away some Raptoreum coins on Telegram today using Jamadi's in-house team created Raptorus bot, which is pretty cool. And as far as I understand, to this day, no errors, nothing, which is quite an achievement and testament to the work that went into it from Jamadi's, who is the head of German marketing as well for Raptoreum.
All around good guy.
He's also working on updating IPFS pulls through the Explorer, because I know a few of you were asking about that. He was previously using Charlie's solution as a sort of, what do you call it, Hunter? Do you know what? It's so hard.
Stopgap.
It's sort of, yeah. But Charlie pulled that about a month ago, so so I know that he's working on sorting that out. He's spoken to a couple of projects, as far as I understand, just to see how they've solved the issue. And yeah, so that will be sorted pretty soon. It wasn't actually on my list of things to talk about, but I thought I will let you know anyway. But yes, after the stream ends, I'll be giving some Raptoreum coins away, also known as Rain, in the Telegram channel. I did put the link into the YouTube stream for the Telegram. It's basically Raptoreum with 2 M's on the end, not just the one. So just put that into Telegram and you'll find the channel. I usually split it between the English one, the Russian one, and the Spanish one. So I think I'll do the same tonight as well. Today in the news, there's been just give me a sec. I need to adjust this headphone thing because I can barely hear Hunter.
That might be a good thing. Actually, no, not today, because cocktail time, baby, cocktail time.
All right, that's better. Can you just say a few things so I can make sure it's working?
Well, I can say a few things to make sure it's working.
Excellent, it's working.
Does that work?
That'll do.
Smart ass that I am.
Why is it off camera? You always sing me a nursery rhyme, Hunter, when we're testing the mic. I'm disappointed. Anyway, yes, in the news today, there has been a lot of coverage about European MiCA compliance, and I've had a few messages from members who are basically concerned about the direction of where we stand in all of that, in the midst of all of the exchanges trying to put the work in sort of at the last minute. Really, they should have done it a while ago, the majority of them, but putting the work in to actually do that so they can serve European customers. In terms of a blockchain or many blockchains around the world, there are a lot that need to do that as well in terms of how they conduct themselves towards different customers, namely European. And one of those sort of needs is a MiCA-based white paper for the general public. But in terms of Raptoreum, for those that are concerned about the project, I would like to give you a few pointers of where we stand as a project in regards to everything to do with MiCA. So in terms of MiCA, we actually fit into MiCA similarly to the way Dash is, although we have a planned sort of edge at the moment on that, and I will go into that right now. So we actually fit into the no identifiable issuer category because of the way we are distributed and the way everyone plays a part in the decentralized smart node system. So this in itself, similarly to the way Bitcoin is structured as well, and Dash is structured, as I've mentioned, it means we don't need an issuer white paper. But in terms of an EU exchange or a EU facing exchange, broker, custodian, or trading platforms offering RTM must be MiCA compliant as a CASP. So basically, it's the same structural route as Bitcoin, but with more nuance, because obviously we've got more sides to our chain. So what MiCA says is, where crypto assets have no identifiable issuer in terms of its decentralization and in terms of how many play a part in its deployment and its creation of coins, in terms of proof of work, and also in terms of the smart node (master node) system, they do not fall under MiCA titles 2, 3, 4, the issuer, white paper, art, and EMT parts, but service providers dealing with those assets are still covered. So EMCA's 18th February 2026 Q&A confirms that where no issuer exists, no MiCA white paper is required, but CASPs still need authorization and must do their own asset assessment. So in terms of, I'm going to break it down in terms of separate MiCA points now. So in terms of issuer, we are decentralized in the way we have master nodes and basically computer-based nodes themselves as the way the wallet and the chain is distributed. There's no obvious current legal issuer of RTM in its overall deployment to everyone. Everyone plays a part. In terms of stablecoin, art, and EMT, RTM is not redeemable against an issuer or backed by reference assets internally. Network control, RTM is peer-to-peer. We also say this on our papers. It's also on our GitHub, and it's also on the initial release paperwork as well when we first started. So there's no single entity issuing it. We all play a part in issuing it and helping the network exist. In terms of MiCA white paper, it's not required as we are classed as the no identifiable issuer. Also, exchange obligations. Obviously, third-party exchanges still have to fully apply to EU CASP's listing, custody, and also trading RTM. Initially, right now, CoinEx has put a statement out or some information out about how they are limiting access to EU while they hash out the sort of structures that they need in order to comply and serve the EU customers. Our own repository, again, I'll mention again, describes Raptoreum projects as using peer-to-peer with no central authority, with transaction management and money issuance carried out collectively by the overall network. We all play a part in its success. RTM's official docs also show governance as a DAO made up of master nodes, also known as smart nodes, with smart nodes voting yes, no, or abstain on proposals since the feature was introduced on a historical GitHub release. And also with a percent of the block subsidy used to fund development through the autonomous blockchain system. That also defines a no identifiable issuer argument. So as far as all of that, we are good. But the only point of concern, which we have been working on and discussing internally, is something that people rarely use anyway, and that's the coin join aspect. And I am pleased for all you EU Raptoreum members, or Raptors, shall we call them, EU Raptors, that will be removed after discussions internally on the newest release for the chain, so the newest code base. It was talked about quite a while ago about removing it because it was slow and cumbersome, and no one really used it anyway. And we've never said that we are a privacy coin or anything like that. We're very open.
Exactly, if we're the opposite.
If we were a privacy coin, we would be wearing masks and things like that. We're very public, and yeah. So that will be removed from the network. So it won't just be removed visually on the Qt wallet. It will go as deep as RPCs, CLI, and everything like that in terms of direct code as well. So there'll be no sign of it. I'm pretty pleased about that as well, because I really didn't want it there or see the point in it anyway. So following that removal, we'll be confident in our stance. So AML regulation in Europe prohibits CASPs from keeping crypto asset accounts that allow anonymization or increase transaction hidden features, should I say, including through anonymity enhancing coins. So we have actually until the 10th of July 2027 to remove it, but it will be removed way before then anyway. And that will also take out the concern from exchanges who are trying to be compliant with that European system. So in terms of a project, within the next year, just over a year actually, but within the next year, just to summarize, you'll see CoinJoin, also known as private send, removed from the UI, from the CLI, from documentation, and also default configs as well within the code. There'll be no active level mixing support at all, and there'll be no marketing. Not that there has been any marketing about that, but no marketing that describes RTM as a privacy coin at all, which I've never put any out there anyway. We're going to do a public release that notes saying the features that I've just mentioned have been removed or depreciated. Also, a memo aimed at exchanges explaining that RTM is a transparent UTXO asset, not an art or EMT or security token or I can't even say it. I'm so hot. Anonymity Enhancing
anonymity.
coin. Yeah. Thanks, Hunter. Have you got the AC on there? I've got the AC on here, but it's
No, I
still.
got a fan on.
So you're quite cool. I mean, you're not sweating.
No, I'm not sweating yet, but I am drinking, so gird your loins.
All right, I think I need to drink some more of that actually. But anyway,
Yeah,
and
before you pass
also
out.
for those that are, but well, on even on other projects such as Ethereum or Solana who have tokens, those tokens and those projects that are running those tokens with their own communities, they will have to, you know, do their own because that's their project on our system, because the assets issued on Raptoreum have their own identifiable issuers that run them and could require separate analysis as well. Whether they need it or not, that's a separate thing altogether. So we are a decentralized mined network asset with decentralized and you could say multi-core issuers where we all help run the network. You know, we're not here. We don't run the network, but to satisfy company balance sheet or redemption claims. We never had ICO or anything like that. So that really helps the where we stand. If up till this point we did have you know, VC backing or anything like that, then that would put us deeply, firmly in a different ball game altogether. So it's a good thing that we are in a position that we are in, actually. So we don't need to become MiCA compliant as an issuer token. But yes, EU exchanges listing RTM must be MiCA compliant if they serve EU customers themselves. So yes, it's okay. It's good. We are confident, and we're just going to tweak that one thing, and we were going to do that anyway. So
Bob's your uncle.
there we go. What else do I need to mention? Oh yes, last week I mentioned that CMC had updated their project profiles and how they are displayed to everyone around the world, and you have to prove things to up your sort of percentage that they're happy with your project and things like that. So last time I mentioned, I think we were at like 41% or something like that, as satisfying the Coinbase team over there. It's probably an AI, I don't know. But we are now at 82 plus percent, which is, you know, far more improved than it was. There is a few more submissions that I've put in just to inch it above, hopefully above 90%. If I can get it over that, I'll be happy with that. But 100 would be amazing, because you know, I don't want any sort of restrictions on that sort of aggregator. Because it is a popular aggregator, whether you like it or not. It always has been. Next thing as well, so for all you confetti testers who are eagerly waiting for the new Electron code, I'm pleased to say, after chats with Yeti, which are, you know, overly positive, we have now decided on this latest code base to create a separate repository for it, because the last repository that you were all using was based on the old style of wallets, but now we, after the work that, you know, I've done, and obviously based on the work that Yeti initially did, we are now working on HD wallet code base for the wallet. You can still use the old way, the old private key string way, if you want to do that, but I think it's much better, much more sort of fitting with the way future wallets operate, with the mnemonic phrases to actually reinstate wallets in this wallet or any other wallet that is HD compatible. So once this stream is done, I'm going to send my code base up to the GitHub, and it's currently a private GitHub. So we will be releasing it as a public repository once all the testing is complete. So for the Confetti testers, you will be getting the version that you require, whether that's Mac, Linux, or Windows-based wallet version, if you will, to test out. So like we did last time, for those with the Confetti role, I might change that name, you know, it's Confetti because it's like rhymes with Yeti, but Confetti, maybe, I don't know.
Let's just make it more difficult.
All right, I'll just leave it as that. Confetti.
Just make it.
So yes, I'm going to change the versioning because the initial ones were starting with versioning 1. I think we were up to 1.14 or something like that. But I'm going to start the HD wallet versioning on the new repository at 2, and HD is going to be in the name as well for the actual installation file and the overall root repo. So I'm excited about that because you get to test it out. One thing to note is it is sort of operating on a mainnet code base. Even though you testers are going to be testing it, it's not going to be testing in terms of test coins. It's mainnet. So while it is potentially having maybe a few more bugs, I don't know. When many people test things, they're going to obviously find new things for me to fix. Hope not, but maybe so. But based on that, I just want to make sure to tell you, only put like a few RTM through it. Don't put, you know, your entire balance through it or anything like that.
To a node.
Another thing as well is obviously a lot of work has gone on in terms of what I've done to the wallet. So with the smart node functionality, that is not added, because if I sort of add too much to that code base, then it's harder to fix the issues when there's more moving parts. So for now, you've got asset creation, minting, whatever. You've got RTM transactions. You've got the Binary themes that across all of the different themes, because the people who had the other themes got very jealous of the Binarai theme. You've got obviously the Binary points as well. You can't spend Binary points. I don't think Mika would like that. Whether that applies or not, I don't know. But I'll find a way around it anyway. So yes, it's exciting stuff, and yeah, put only a few RTM through it. I know I've shown videos to you with like, I don't know, like 1,000 RTM on there. I know that's like not a lot or anything, but maybe one day. Not financial advice, do your own research as well. I've noticed on Coin Market League we are third in the list. That's coinmarketleague.com. There's not a lot in it between. Oh, we're second now. Actually, we're second. So we are second in the list. There is not a lot in it between us and Nerva, who are number one. Nerva are at 462. We are at 382. So that's like, I don't know, 80 or something like that in between us and them. So surely we can overtake them and be number one, like we were last week, which I shared on X earlier as well. Again, for those that are pushing that, Falcon, amazing stuff from Falcon in sharing that across the various communities that we have. Also Fudweiser as well, and Tenacious D as well. I also want to say a thanks to Gecko's brother for the extra content that he's creating with whatever he's creating it with for Raptoreum. It's really helping me get some new things out there, both on the social media channels that we have, and also with this stream that we push out as well. So thanks to Gecko's brother for the consistency in this media, and also the quality. The quality is pretty good as well. We all play a part in making things better. This is, a community project, and we can only chip in, each one of us, and get it to somewhere where we all collectively want to take it. Obviously, myself, Hunter, and the rest of the team continuously work on this. Clearly not for money, because that's non-existent, but we're doing it for utility and the potential and the overall potential of the sort of the space in UTXO is clear. The potential is untapped, and that's what attracts us, along with the security benefits and the sort of utility around that, and the trust that other aspects of the world's sort of systems can benefit from. So this is why the stream is called Ecosystem, because this is what we are interested in building, and interested in working with community members who are also interested in furthering UTXO, whether that's us, whether that's Bitcoin, whether that's any sort of UTXO project. We're all in the same boat, and we're all in a space where there is so much potential that it's exciting for those that understand. So that's me. I'm going to pass you over to the almighty Hunter Schultz, and I'm going to put him on the big screen as well, because I know he likes that.
Let's just feed the ego. Why not? Well, some of you may note that I have a stinger in hand, which is an old cocktail, white cream de mint and brandy. It can be done with cognac. It's officially with cognac, but I do it with brandy because, I'm different. Okay, I have reason to celebrate because it's been a great time since the last update. Let's start with last week. I had a call with the co-founder and president of NAVA in LA. NAVA is the National Association of Voice Actors. And to summarize the call, we spoke about the brilliant beta tester we had. I sang his praises. David was wonderful. And even over the weekend and into Monday, he was providing some guidance, and we refined some things. We added a section to the common questions. Even though we had it kind of covered, we just nailed it down, so why not? But so yeah, Tim and I had a chat about where we're at. They're doing some things internally with other similar voice organizations. There's NAVA, there's CAVA, which is Canadian, LAVA, which is newer, it's Latin America. There's now the New Zealand, Zava. Australia has one. And they're all linked together because they really hook off of what NAVA is doing in terms of their AI work. NAVA has an AI writer that voice actors use. So we're on the same page. He understands where we are. He's going to do his Bray record at some point. And they have a working group that they are refined down into about 6 or 8 people. Amongst some of these organizations who are going to evaluate technologies, including voice printing and tracking. That's the more technical side. And we discuss things that are on the form, on the Bray record form. For instance, we have a drop-down box so they can enter in their ID numbers in those technical sites. So naturally we're going to have a conversation. What I really appreciated was Tim was coming up with ideas, and it would be great for instance, to be able to input the Beret record asset name. We don't call it asset because blockchain is off that site. It's still used. Don't worry, it's still used. It's just under the covers. You don't see it. Being able to put in your Beret record name into their databases, so it's easier, the cross connectivity. So we had a really good conversation, and we talked about also the creator market, which is YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. That's big. They're looking at that. He is also a founding member of, it's the creator, it's a creator organization about dealing with AI. And he's a co-founder of that. So and there's some big names associated with it. That he really likes the idea of getting into that area because it will help his membership growth, obviously. But I mentioned that we discovered it kind of on the way to getting finalized with what we're doing with voice. So we've added likeness to some extent. And interestingly enough, I mentioned on that call that we have a number of creators on YouTube that are not showing themselves. They use their voice. Rabbit Mining, Rabbit, if you're out there, hello. And I specifically mentioned Rabbit, that he's out there doing voiceover, not video of himself. Although I heard he's in masks now, so cool. But the point is, there are many, many, many hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of similar creators around the world who have the same issue that a voice actor has. And they need to declare how AI can or can't use their voice. So we were in sync on that. So there's a lot more coming on Nava, which gets us into all sorts of stuff, SAG-AFTRA and whatnot. I've said this before and I'll say it again. This is the long road to becoming an industry standard. And it's worth it in the long run because, for instance, Tim was the one who told me that as they go through and they vet these various vendors, including us, raptorlockip.com, voice.raptorlockip.com, that they will be putting that on their website as a vetted vendor. It doesn't mean they're endorsing, because they are a nonprofit. They can't do a blanket endorsement, but that's fine. We can do a lot of, trust me, we can do a lot with that. That was great. It was a great call, and so there's going to be more coming. But we're now kind of, and I'm going to segue into this next situation because it was brilliant on what's going on, and I hope it inspires some developers to think this way. We know that it's going to take a little time for the voice actor thing to coalesce and come together, and we get that website link, et cetera, et cetera. Meanwhile, we've got the site where we want it. If it needs a change, it's going to be very little. It's going to be a tweak, and I mean a minor tweak. So we've spent last night going over it, and it really is in great shape. So we have this time now. And I recognize that day before and then mostly yesterday. And so I talked with Small Paul about it, and I said, we have this opportunity with trademarks. And I mentioned this the last couple of updates. Because a while ago, I created a form, which I have used for a Beret record. I've got that on the Raptoreum blockchain. And it is documenting essentially the creation, when I created it, and then also first use. And it solves a very interesting problem for businesses as well as trademark attorneys. Because trademark attorneys spend a lot of time trying to find Where's Waldo and all this? Where was the first use? What's the date? Gee, I don't remember. I think it's in an email. It's over here. I don't know. What website was that? Boy, I don't know. Oh, wait, the website's gone. So their proof is gone. They didn't take a screenshot, so it's scattered. This takes an enormous amount of time. And if an attorney's doing this, hello, time is money. So what we created, in essence, is we created the form. We created we just did an update form. So there's actually 2 files that a business would fill out or an entrepreneur would fill out to document their trademark status. It is not registering for a trademark. It is what you get before to show that you're the one who came up with it first. And that's where blockchain comes in, really, really great. I am going to try to share my screen so I can show you the site that was created virtually overnight and today. I mean, talk about kicking ass and taking names. Well, we just did that because we know this is an easy win for all of us. We can promote it. We can get it out there. It is a pretty terrific use case. It is a new use case, and we turn this idea into a new. You might want to put this on the big screen. I don't know if you have, but oh, okay, there you go. So this is it. We're tentatively calling it Binarai mark, and I'll kind of get into it. It's the Binarai family, Binarai record, Binarai mark. And essentially, we've made this very simple. I'm not going to go into the details yet, but it's $12 to record your pre-use or first use. And then if you have, and your supporting materials, and then it's another $12 when you update. So how does it work? An entrepreneur comes up with a name and they download the form, and that form has fields for things like the purpose of it and the name. Is it a word mark? Is it a graphic? What is it? And it's all based on United States Patent and Trademark Office standards. And in that sense, it sets the stage for making it very easy for a trademark attorney, which you need to file, to take the evidence and use this as part of that filing. And it is part of the package, the filing package. And the fact that it's time-stamped on a blockchain is just one more nice notation. The fact that there's a receipt involved because you go through Stripe. You do not go through Stripe identity on this because it's not needed. It is needed on the voice and talent side of things, the creator side. For IP like this, it is an issue, or it is not as big of an issue for trademarks, because you have a credit card receipt, you have a bank statement, and a judge can look at that, or the trademark commission, whatever, in terms of a dispute. So that's cared for. It's $12 for a record that you can now add to over time. So I register it first in what we're doing here, Binarai mark. And then let's say 3 months from now, every 3 months you'd go in and you'd look at your trademarks, where it's used. It could be on a website, it could be branding, it could be a lot of things related to it. You accumulate those things, and once a quarter you go in and use the update form and add to your record, your original record. You don't overwrite it, you add to it, cryptologically linked. And you now have a story to tell long term. So the trademark attorney can look and go, great. If you go into the raptorlockip.com, explorer.raptorlockip.com, and put in Binarai, record, let's just put in Berea, you will find the form, and I put it on the blockchain just as an example, and I am going to do an update form at some point. The point is that it's documenting the use of your trademark. And your trademark can be used in many different ways. It can be used on packaging. It could be used in your website. It can be in your X account, LinkedIn. It could be used on a promotional banner in a store. Those are all things that you would document with a photo and put it on the form and update your record. So long story short is this is a real advantage for any business or entrepreneur. The other thing is it does apply to famous individuals, and there'll be more to come on that, but I've been doing some research on it and reaching out to some people and see what they say. Let's see, I'm going to stop sharing this screen. Hopefully I can, where is it? Okay, back to, yeah, all right. Sorry, I've got multiple windows open. All right, here we go. Okay, related to this, I had about almost a 2-hour call with an old friend of mine that I grew up with in Illinois. And Chris is his name. I think I mentioned this the last couple of times, last couple of updates. Chris is a trademark and IP attorney. And we spent a good almost 2 hours on a call, just, catching up. But we talked about the trademark site and copyright, some of the lawsuits that he's been involved with. And I mentioned the Ed Sheeran case to educate him on where we have some synergy there. There's a lot of synergy in trademark. He's going to be looking at what we're doing. He liked what he heard. He knows he's got more education to do. But I also talked to him about the ideas that are coming out from the community and how we would work with him long-term as a trademark attorney to get these ideas when they're finally ready to go public, start working on that. And so he's a good resource. So we're going to be talking about that. And also with patents, he's not a patent attorney. He has a network of people that he can work with. So that's in place. Overall, it was great to catch up with him, but he saw this and he knows he's very motivated to learn about what we're doing. So I've got some things I'm going to be sending to him and we go from there. So I have a feeling once he's done, he's going to see the value of trademark attorneys recommending what we're doing. And I mentioned to him that that we're certainly open to having a link to him on that site that you just saw. So a lot of good synergies. And if you're wondering why I have the Stinger cocktail made, a lot of good stuff has been going on. Not the least of which, Small Paul putting together that site virtually overnight. So well done. Small Paul's also been working on something that we've been kind of alluded to it, I think, last week. But I'm going to show it to you in a minute. It's so new. I don't even know if I want to try to get into it too much. But he's already filed a provisional patent on it, so it is patent pending. And I think what I'll do is just bring this up because it's really about solving a credential problem. And you may have heard me talking about this on the marine industry, the maritime industry, a variety of use cases. And we are talking legitimate use cases. Now we have 2 major use cases, basically market ready, although there's some tweaks we have to do with the trademark site. And thankfully, we'll have someone who knows trademarks looking at it and going, yeah, that's good, or tweak that. This use case is about credentials, and I will go back in here and share my screen to, there it is. So, yes, it is showing up on YouTube. This is freeholdip.com. And what this is, in a nutshell, well, I mean, you can read it. Your credentials owned by you, provable by anyone for life. Even if this site goes down, even if whatever, you can still see the credentials. And essentially, it's a way for, let's say, a university can go in and update a record, your record on freehold.com, and there's no freeholdip.com. You pay once for your, essentially your credential site. It's not like you have to do a domain name and renew it every year. You do it once. And it is the university or the government or whatever that is paying to have access to update the records. It's a very different way of thinking about things. So you might want to look around. I will, for instance, see a real verified profile. This is a demo. Owned identity, you have a QR code that you can put on your own website, that you could put in your emails or put on your business card. And if you scroll down, professional inspector license, valid. Let's see, you can credentials, verify. Okay, there you go. Just an example. I'm not going to go through all that, but you got an idea. Inspecting HVAC systems, valid. And that comes, the issuer would be the one updating this. So, for example, the Texas State Inspector Licensing Board would be the one issuing the number and would be updating it accordingly. So there you have an idea of what this animal is, and it's the tip of the iceberg. So, kudos to Small Paul and his ingenuity for coming up with this, and this has really been maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So it gives you an idea what's possible on Raptoreum. And I think what we're saying here is that we have a system you can build on. And we just proven it. And we need this in order to attract long-term investment, people who think long-term. We're not looking at pump and dumps and get in, get out and all that stuff. We don't need that. We don't need it. We don't want it. It's not going to foster the kind of growth, long-term growth that we need. So I'm thrilled by what's been going on. I'm thrilled by the ingenuity that has been shown on multiple fronts. As you can now see, we have 2 very big use cases that are obvious, that are essentially blue ocean. Google Blue Ocean, if you don't know what that is. Basically, there's no one in our space. We have a whole wide ocean. There's no one. It's not a crowded space at all. With Beret record, nada. And the industry sees it. And so that Beret record is on track to be an industry standard. And it can do a lot of other things. And it doesn't just apply to voice actors. So again, RaptorLock is an outside project. Freehold is an outside project, outside development. And yeah, we're We're sitting very well. Meanwhile, while we're working with the voice actor industry and playing a bit of a waiting game, because it takes time for them to do things, but ultimately the wait will pay off. In the meantime, we're not just sitting around waiting. We're going to be working on trademark, and that should be done very rapidly. We are using elements of the voice site within that, and that's the modular thinking here that we have come up with. Well, when I say we, let's just say Small Paul did it. And I would suspect there'll be other things that we come up with, ideas that we come up with that can use that same platform, same modular thinking. We just plug in things. As I said, we don't need Stripe identity for the trademark form. It's not needed because the use case doesn't demand it. Even in a dispute setting where you're going to court, it's not going to make it doesn't make a big difference. It's just part of the evidence package that an attorney is going to use. Hopefully, it prevents going to court. So anyway, I'm going to finish my stinger. This is a stinger, real one. See, I told you one day I'd be drinking one. It's going to be a lot of fun when certain things happen. So next week we'll have more and more of an update. So Binarai, anything you want to add on freehold or? Meanwhile, I'm just going to take another sip of my stinger. Oh yeah, we earned it.
Mic's on. Okay, it's on now. I think the only thing that we always sort of mention and that I'd like to add right now is the fact that I would like to reiterate, we're not here solely working on that itself. We are open to helping anyone who's interested in building on the project. And we know some things. We have some tricks up our sleeve, albeit different between myself and Hunter and some of the team members, but we all bring something to the table. So, building these sorts of things is not singular. It's multifaceted, and I think that is the way to make things work. It's all about collective participation, because no one person is good at everything. You know what I mean? And as far as it is hard for some people to admit that to themselves, some of us have been here long enough to actually understand that and learn it. So that's all I would like to say in terms of that. And obviously, I've been on regular calls with Hunter and Small Paul, and trying my best to chip in and help with things over there. And it's really good to see the progress and the sort of forward thinking in terms of what can be done from a UTXO standpoint. Again, in a space that is, in my opinion, untapped, and there's plenty of growth potential in it for people looking to develop something based on the positives that UTXO brings to the table. The space is cluttered with EVM and clones and things like that, and there are consistent news reports on all the negatives that has brought to many who have built companies around that sort of code base and Solidity language, amongst others as well. And I think by building on something that, even though it's old technology and more difficult to build on, I think over the long term Uh, if we look at Bitcoin and a few others that are UTXO based that have been around for a long time, there are very little problems, and it's proven itself for quite a while now. There are people screaming about quantum this and that, and shouting alarm bells around the world about things like that. But some of us have already solved that issue in various ways, and the way I see things like that as well is if something has the potential to take down some of the biggest, then the open source patch can apply to many in UTXO. There are many patches out there that have also already proven their weight in gold, and I don't think that the worry is there overall. There's plenty of intelligent people, both in Bitcoin and other UTXO based projects, and including RTM as well. And in my opinion, the very controversial and opinionated David Owen Morris is one of those guys who also was on the original Bitcoin forum when it started as well. So we've got good people around us, and we're consistent, and we're excited, and I think that is something for us to be proud about as a team, and something for you, the community, who we value very greatly, to sort of, I don't know, understand the trust in us as an open source community team, in slowly but surely delivering this ecosystem, as the stream is called, to you all. Yes, it would be great if more of you got involved with building the pieces of the puzzle, but we are where we are, and we are building pieces of the puzzle between the people around us, myself, Hunter Smallpaw, Balinox, many others as well, and we're excited for what we have right now, and for the potential, and for the snowball effect that you're gonna see from all the pieces, because as the jigsaw grows, the easier it is to complete, and that's an important thing to think about.
There's something I should have mentioned during my segment of the update, which kind of piggybacks on the community. We noticed something in this development for Raptor Lock quite recently, and that was, there's an old saying, always anticipate achievement. Beware what you want, you may get it. Well, what if Raptoreum goes to $10? How does that affect Raptor Lock's pricing structure, that kind of thing? So I ran this by Charlie, and I said, I think we need to have something, and it was not my original idea, it was another person's idea, to have something in our documentation about the mechanism that is in place in case that were to happen. We all would love to see that happen, obviously, but the point is, what is the mechanism? There is a mechanism, and it's a two-step process. I'm really telescoping this and not going into detail. David can go into it because he explained it to me. The point is that we needed to have that in the documentation for developers to know where's Waldo in this. And now the developers, I already sent the text off to Charlie for him to review when he gets a chance. He's kind of knee deep in stuff, not to mention life. But how assets will be priced in terms of RTMs as the price goes up, and it is going to be adjusted to keep the price low so it's competitive with other blockchains. Yeah, but how does the developer know? Well, that'll be in the documentation. So I just want to make that note. And that's a good example of how the community, the developers are saying, hey, what if we go up a point, we go up to the point where it's $1 and it's $100 to create an asset because it's 100 RTMs to create an asset, another 100 to mint it. Houston, we get a problem. So anyway, that's going to be addressed. And I wanted to mention that as a very good example of how the developers are helping out and refining things. The other thing I think is worth mentioning is that, and by the way, did David mention to you what's going on, if he's going to be on tomorrow or not? Do you know?
On in terms of what?
Binarai. An X space. There's a possibility of him being on an X space. If he is going to be on, he'll announce it. So pay attention to the.
I don't know, because I know that David has got some things going on at the moment with. Well, I'm not going to mention what it is because it's up to him to mention that.
Home
but
life. Yeah.
Pretty serious stuff actually, which we're pretty concerned about. So I hope everything resolves within the coming days. But if David is there, then awesome stuff. But if he's not, then
yeah. Well, the point I was really, and I've made this in the chat and Telegram and also in Discord, and that is the game has changed, and Raptoreum is not some. We just proved it tonight. There are incredibly valuable use cases for consumers. I mean, for the target markets, and they are blue ocean, and there's more coming. This isn't your normal block. This isn't your normal coin. Let's start with there. And I mentioned this before. It really is about the blockchain and what it enables. So, if you're online and you see someone come into the Telegram or Discord and they haven't been around in a while, before they start, complaining about something, you should encourage them to educate themselves. Now, sometimes I do that with more of a sledgehammer and I, forgive me, but I get frustrated sometimes because I see the progress we've made. And if you look or you listen to what we were talking about 6 months ago about, what we're doing with IP, and then you look at what we've come up with in these two sites, I think you're going to be, we're doing it the right way, with a lot of thought and a lot of care and a lot of input. And it's not something that happens overnight, even though, technically the trademark happened overnight, but it was based on a lot of work that was done on Raptor Lock and on the voice channel. So it's the reusability factor here is really cool. And God knows what else is going to come up a year from now. We might want to mark our words here. But yeah, I would just say in the channels, you do get people coming in and they haven't been around a while, and they might look at the price and go, "What the?" And the price at the moment, could it be higher? Of course. Hello. But what we want is long-term growth. And now we're showing you the fruits of the labor. And I know we've been talking about it, but we weren't kidding you. We weren't pulling your leg. It's out there. You can see it. It's voice.raptorlockip.com. Go in and look. It's a beautiful site for one thing, but it's very simple, and it's looking to be quite epic. So, okay, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Hunter. I tried to do like the zoom in slides and zoom out and things like that. It was probably a bit janky, but I'm trying over here. I'm trying. I'm actually on my second beer. I turned off my camera, I muted, cracked open my second beer. They're going down a bit too easy, if I'm honest with you.
It's empty.
You
We're
could-
now entering dangerous territory, my friend. This could be an entire blooper reel for the next 30 minutes.
All right, okay. Is there anything else for us to mention, Hunter?
I don't see any. Small Paul did mention it. He said in the YouTube channel, he said it's we Hunter, and because I'd been mentioning Small Paul, but he's very kind to say it is a team effort, and it is true, it is. And if we should probably record make a habit of recording the Tuesday night calls, because
we
there's
have
a lot
said
of
that
good
before. We should record some of these calls because they have a lot of different aspects to them, including comedy, including professionalism, including
and
innovation.
profanity. A little bit of profanity.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, I'm not wearing my usual Raptoreum polo shirt. I've got one of the old ones on, which is looking a bit small. Maybe I was a bit thinner a while ago. It's kind of like stretch fit now.
You got that buff look going on there, big boy.
Yeah. If I drink a few more of them, it'll stretch even more. Okay. All right. Big thank you to all of you guys that are currently watching us. It is kind of nerve-wracking to realize that we're actually live and we're here, and I don't know, maybe if we were on stage we would be sweating a lot more, but anyway, maybe one day we'll have to do that, Hunter. Maybe
that would be epic. We'll have to find a good spot to do it from.
All right, thanks for tuning in. I have been Paul Mills, also known as Binarai from Raptoreum Core, and to my right we have the one and only Hunter Schultz, who is the strategic director of everything these days. It seems strategic director of communication with the world as well, I might add. So that's it's awesome stuff, and it's great to work with people like Hunter on the pieces of this ecosystem puzzle again, which is the name of this stream.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Also, again, I want to remind you, after the stream ends, we are doing some rain on Telegram. That is Raptoreum coins, free, given away to community members who are active in the Telegram channel, starting in the English speaking channel. That is at Raptoreum with 2 M's. If you type that into Telegram search, you will find us again at Raptoreum with 2 M's. If you're not already on X following us, make sure you do that. Have you noticed I've changed it? I'm not saying do not follow us and that. I've changed it now. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't. Sorry. You know what I forgot to mention? We have a new blog post out.
Oh, it's out now.
Yeah, it's out. It's published.
Oh, okay. I need to work on that then, because I didn't see it on X. It should have.
It is published. It did hit Telegram.
Yeah, it should have gone on. It should have gone on X. I need to sort that out. All right, I'll sort that out, guys. Yes, and I'll sort the repo thing out for the Electron wallet as well. Yes, we're on X at Raptoreum. We're on Instagram. We're on Threads. We're on TikTok at Official Raptoreum. We're also on YouTube right here. Again, at Official Raptoreum. Please hit that like button. Please hit subscribe, because we're desperate for those interactions to keep us going and to help us and keep us earning those few cents a day from the adverts that YouTube forces you to watch. Thank you for watching those forceful adverts. It means a lot. And thank you for all those members, paid memberships, who are subscribing to us right here on YouTube as well. It helps us with all manner of things to support the project and to support some of the initiatives that myself and Hunter are working on right here at Raptoreum. Right, I need to find the end slide. End slide. There we go. Hunter, final words.
Gird your loins.
You heard it. Thanks a lot. Catch you next week, same time, same place,
Cheers.
right here on Raptoreum official YouTube. Catch you later.
Cheers.